Welcome to Listertainment, the channel who doesn't live up to its name. This video is brought to you by Crypto.com. Please check them out, as supporting my sponsors, you help support my channel. Today we'll be looking at 5 incredible boxers who had great chins to an extent. They got knocked down a ton of times throughout their careers, but they never got stopped. They took a ton of shots and power punches that wobbled them and dropped them to the canvas, but they got right back up and kept going, and most of the time, they came back to win the actual fight. There are fighters like Tito Trinidad who got knocked down a ton, but was stopped only once by Bernard Hopkins. The boxers on this list never got knocked out. They scared their fans, but they rose up like zombies from their graves and lived in their opponents' nightmares. If you happen to enjoy this video, please punch the like button, as it really helps me out, and also make sure to subscribe and turn on those post notifications. Naseem Hamed was a freaking exciting boxer that had his own style that he basically made up, and it worked perfectly for him. He had an amazing knockout power and had a pretty amazing chin, even though he got caught off balance a ton of times, especially in his only loss against the great Marco Antonio Barrera.
With some royal blood.
Naz stalking and
You'd think that he would have gone down against Barrera, but he stayed up, and in his career he was dropped a total of 4 times, but was never stopped. His first knockdown was against Daniel Alicea in the very first round.
block those punches from whatever angle. A right hand seam.
That's very important, the defense. Right hand again.
Oh, he's got him.
He came back from this quickly, getting revenge in the second, dropping Alicea twice and finishing him in the same round.
Good solid right hand there.
Oh, left. Knocked down in both rounds so far. Heavy right
punches.
and a left. And I don't think he'll get up from that. It's
His most difficult fight came against Kevin Kelly, where he was dropped a total of 3 times, the first in the first round.
Hamed is a puzzle that Kelly is unable to solve, but down goes the Prince.
He then dropped Kelly in the second, before getting dropped again.
Yeah, I think the last knockdown was fluke. I think the mistake he made,
This fight turned into a knockdown fest, as Hamed went down again in the fourth, as well as Kelly.
Some leather in return.
you got to be careful mixing it up with Kelly because he can fight.
Before he came back again and knocked out Kelly for the final time.
Leaping right hand by the Prince.
Ooh.
And a hard left.
Hamed's style lent itself to getting knocked down because he is always off balance, but the fact that he was knocked down only 4 times and was never finished is freaking impressive. Now let's take a break to talk about today's sponsor, Crypto.com. Cryptocurrency is taking the sports world by storm, and for good reason. Crypto is the future. Crypto.com is now the flagship sponsor of the UFC, and you can see their presence on every fight kit. It's the fastest growing cryptocurrency app, helping achieve wide adoption of cryptocurrency. Make sure to follow them on Twitter for UFC and crypto updates. If you are looking to get your feet wet with cryptocurrency, Crypto.com is my recommended platform, as it has every product in the book, from buying $1 in Bitcoin to spending Doge on a metal Visa card. Crypto.com allows me to bring you guys more content, and I have a special promo for all of you guys. Download with the referral link in the description for a $25 metal card bonus and 30 days of 0 fees on credit and debit buys. There is no better promo if you are considering getting into crypto, so go and use the link in the description and get your crypto journey started today. Joe Calzaghe was also one of the great elusive boxers that was an honor student in the sweet science, that actually never lost a fight in his professional career, going 46-0, beating great boxers like Chris Eubank.
Well, closing seconds of the 12th round, and what a performance this has been from Joe Calzaghe.
His first knockdown came against Byron Mitchell, where they traded knockdowns in the second round, but Mitchell didn't make it out of that round.
Work by Mitchell, so as bad as wow. He's not boxing. Mitchell. He's throwing and missing a lot of punches, though. He has to be careful.
In the 15th defense of his super middleweight title, he faced Kabari Salem, and there was some extracurricular activities as Salem lost the point for headbutting him in the 3rd round, and then Calzaghe returned the favor in the 11th round, also losing a point.
Salem is still coming forward, trying to make it a brawl and more headbutting. And this time,
Calzaghe was down first in the 4th round.
but he's been caught by a right hand.
He, of course, got back up and got payback in the 12th round, sealing his overwhelming unanimous decision victory.
Well, is that a knockdown?
One of the toughest fights was against Bernard Hopkins, where he took a while to recover from the 2nd round knockdown.
Calzaghe wasn't even expecting that, because from that shorter distance, it would have made it had much more effect.
He battled back and won via a close split decision, although CompuBox was pretty lopsided. His 4th and final knockdown was in his last fight against the amazing Roy Jones Jr., who he beat handedly even though he got dropped in the 1st round.
He knows that Jones is quicker in the center of the ring, and down goes
Calzaghe has received criticism for not fighting great fighters in their prime, but he is without a doubt one of the great boxers in history. Tyson Fury, who is the current champion and the best heavyweight boxer in the world. He has been knocked down a total of 6 times in his career, but has never gotten finished. His first drop came against a fairly weak-handed Canadian boxer, Nevin Pajic, who dropped Fury in the 2nd.
Up against Nikolai Pierre tonight. Oh, Fury is down! Fury is down for the first time!
Fury was wobbled badly again early in the 3rd round, but The Undertaker rose up and put Pajic down twice in that same round, with the referee stopping the fight a little prematurely.
Looking for the finish, but Viking shoots again! Curveball here was right uppercut.
Only 2 years later, Fury was dropped again by another not-so-powerful guy in Steve Cunningham, who fought mostly at cruiserweight, and again dropping him when he seemed unprepared in the 2nd round.
Underway in that 1st round, according to CompuBox. Fury.
Oh! The fight was really close in the scorecards, but Fury came down to finish him in the 7th round.
Backing up just a bit.
Almost done here. Look at this.
Oh, there's another going in. He's down. Cunningham.
Now, here come the fights where he really felt the leather against the powerful Deontay Wilder, where he got dropped 4 times in 3 fights. He went down twice in the first fight, once in the 9th round on a glancing shot, but a powerful shot in the 12th that everyone is still wondering how he managed to get up.
Right across the lands for Fury. Fury about 12.
He didn't fall in the 2nd fight since he fought a perfect fight, but in the 3rd fight, he went down 2 more times in the 4th round.
Doing a lot of pushing right now.
Fury. Wilder's got to get.
Of course, Fury, the smart guy, had Wilder figured out by this fight and dropped him a total of 3 times before finishing him in the 11th round.
Taking supernatural strength.
Fury throwing it up again.
Fury is more impressive than the others on this list since he's getting up from shots from massive heavyweight fighters. Ricky Burns was a British fighter fighting in the lightweight division, getting dropped a total of 6 times and never getting knocked out, even after fighting against hard-hitting guys like Omar Figueroa Jr., Terence Crawford, and Michael Katsides.
Nice fake with the eyes there. That was really clever, that from Crawford, and he's got him in trouble.
His first knockdown was against Carl Johansson, where he opened up the floodgates, actually getting dropped 3 times.
About 100 of 106 wins. Left.
He's taken here, but he still looks fairly fresh considering I hit again and not again around what Burns was producing.
He was unable to come back from this beating and lost the fight, which was only his 2nd loss, losing by unanimous decision. His next fall was against Roman Martinez, who came out very aggressive in the 1st round and put him down. Burns recovered, although Martinez tried to finish the fight, but he survived and won via a close unanimous decision. In another close fight against Raimundo Beltran, who was able to knock down Burns in the 8th round, getting him to the count of 8.
Not kicking in, and bizarrely, although he's trained for... Oh, he's got him!
His final drop came again in the 1st round, almost as if he comes unprepared for any type of power, and he got dropped early versus Dejan Zlatkanin.
Look at this fight, first match, and put your house on Ricky Burns.
Oh! Massive left hand from Zlat.
Burns did recover, but he lost in a split decision in what was upset of the year in the UK. Zlatkanin used his smaller size to land huge left hooks, getting the win, but Burns' recovery is still incredible, especially with some of the opponents we discussed. Juan Manuel Marquez has a ton of knockdowns, just against the all-time greats in Manny Pacquiao with a total of 5. But in his career, he has touched the canvas 10 times, but never got knocked out, and looked to be close just once against Pacquiao. His first fall came against Freddie Norwood, where he got his first loss since his debut, getting dropped in the second round. He, like a phoenix, rose up and dropped Norwood in the 9th, getting a unanimous decision. He then got dropped 3 times in the first round against the Pac-Man in their first fight, where he battled back to get a draw.
By Marquez as he did on the quick left hook there. Another one and another one now. And down he goes for how long? But he's going straight back.
His next uncounted knockdown was against Marco Antonio Barrera in the 7th round.
And knocks Marquez down.
It wasn't counted, although the only reason it wasn't was because of an illegal hit that followed after the referee failed to make the decision quick enough. He then got dropped again, this time only once though, against Manny Pacquiao in their second fight in the 2nd round.
Back and forth from this fight here. Down goes Marquez.
Then, for some stupid reason, he decided to fight Floyd Mayweather Jr., making his first fight at 147 pounds, although initially it was set for 144, but Mayweather failed to make the weight, so they changed it a few days before. Mayweather dropped Marquez in the 2nd round and just peppered him with shots to get the win.
This is straight right hands. Mayweather's is also.
His next fall was against Michael Katsidis, which was surprising and happened early in the 3rd round.
That extended straight through.
Hard left hook by Katsidis.
Marquez recovered like the vampire he is and got a knockout win in the 9th round.
The crowd knows it. The crowd wants Marquez to come up.
The racket punches from so many different angles where Katsidis can't even see him.
He then faced off against Manny Pacquiao for the final time, getting a knockdown in the 5th round.
And Pacquiao's giving him some feints and walking right there.
And there goes the knockdown.
Although this fight was different, as Marquez got his first knockdown against Pacquiao in the 3rd round, and then finished him in the 6th round.
He back and tries to roar back to nail Pacquiao with the right hand. Oh! That's another knockdown.
The final flash knockdown of his career came in his last fight against a much bigger guy in Mike Alvarado, with him dropping Alvarado in the 8th round. Alvarado came back like lightning, dropping Marquez in the 9th. This fight was extremely lopsided, as Marquez only lost a maximum of 3 rounds in the entire fight. Marquez is without a question the fighter with the best recovery ability, never getting knocked out despite going up in weight from featherweight up to welterweight. Thanks again to Crypto.com for sponsoring today's video. Please make sure to go and check them out. Do you think that these boxers qualify as having great chins or just a great ability to recover? Let me know in the comments. I think they fall under having a good chin, but their recovery ability is next level. Also, their ability to not give up and just keep going against all odds, now that's amazing. Thanks for watching this video. See you next time.